How long would you like this to be?
No, short and sweet.
The Bible speaks of the Holy Spirit as a comforter, and I think that the presence of God in my life, the presence of God with me in the moments that I'm struggling or that I'm happy or that I'm sad, it's just the presence of God in my life and with me.
Oh, thanks, Skip.
Hey! He's driving too fast!
The culprit.
Thanks for Edward, Alpha Cam!
We're here with those chalets.
Hey, Solis. Hey. What's up, Session? How's it going? Alpha course!
Now I'm gonna be. It's the first day of Alpha. We are up early. This is the beauty that I get to wake up to this morning. So sick. We're on the first morning of the Alpha weekend away, and we're going to be talking around the Holy Spirit. And over the last few weeks I've just been speaking about the Holy Spirit, or I've been having conversations about it, and I've just been trying to internalize it. And there's been a lot of things that have come up for me is that as Christians we try to chase the ecstasy moments that this Holy Spirit gives us, and like the falling down and the speaking in tongues and all the weird and wonderful things, like the ecstasy moments. We're always trying to go to the next event, we're trying to go to the next church thing, the next conference, to try get our little fix of these ecstasy moments because the Holy Spirit's present there. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, like the Holy Spirit's present everywhere, and I felt him say this to me. Like it was coincidentally like an impression of my heart. It wasn't like or actually I'd lie in my mind. Like I felt this voice there, and it wasn't my own thoughts. Like I knew it wasn't Dylan, and it said, or he said, why are you trying to chase me out, like what I'm giving you all the time in like the church conferences and stuff? Like I'm trying to, what if you just open your eyes to everything that I'm doing around you all the time, and then 98% of your life where you're not at church or at a conference? And I was just like, damn, that's that was convicting. And I've started to really open my eyes to the different ways in which the Holy Spirit can speak to me. So just want to say like what I've tried to chase these things, like I wanted to speak in tongues, I wanted to fall over, like, and that was the thing. I started chasing the wrong things, and I haven't. And I used to use that as a benchmark for measuring myself as a Christian. Like, am I a good Christian? Am I even a Christian? Because I haven't experienced this. People making me doubt. Well, there's not people, but doubt that I'm even a Christian because I haven't experienced the Holy Spirit the way that they've experienced it. And it's been so liberating when I felt the Holy Spirit say that to me, that I don't, why am I chasing him for all those things? Like sometimes he reveals to us reveals himself in different ways to us. Now I'm not saying that experiencing those things are bad, because it's good and people do. He reveals himself in different ways to us. Yeah, and on this weekend I'm going to be keen, as people are exploring this whole thing of faith and trying to figure out who the Holy Spirit is and who God is, I want to go around and ask some of them what they think the Holy Spirit is, or who he is, or do they know him and do they believe in him. So I'm really excited to see what people have to say. Is the Holy Spirit to you?
He's my guide. He's my gift giver. He's the guy, he's the person who always comes in to help a person. He's there for you in any moment.
I like your pram, Aiden. So we finished the morning, had a nap, fell asleep watching the football, heading down to the beach now for a swim. My one piece of advice, something that's been working for me and maybe it'll work for you, is to invite the Holy Spirit to take part in everything that you're doing. So it's like when you're actively engaging with something, where you wake up in the morning, just saying, hey Holy Spirit, I invite you to take part with me today. Maybe when you're studying, like, hey, I invite you to take part in this. Or when you're at somewhere, say, hey, do you want to, I invite you to take part maybe in my quiet time in this, or when I'm amongst my friends. And when he does that, he he starts revealing himself. And I have countless stories which I could share, but I don't have enough time. But that's my advice. I say invite him in to take part, and then start to see what happens. Invite him into the 98% instead of just the 2%. It's not always about the events and the thing. It's about everyday life, because if we continue to chase the gifts and not the giver, we're going to fall short. It's not going to be great. And if we get to and if you continue chasing the 2%, it's going to be a sad 98% of your life. So why not chase the 98, or why not invite him to the 98% of your life? And I promise you, you'll probably see him in the 2% as well. Therefore, your life will be filled with the Holy Spirit all the time. So yeah, that's my advice. So Sash, who's the Holy Spirit to you? Or what is the Holy Spirit to you?
It's more like a friend, right?
He's like a friend. Why?
Because he's like, when I'm alone and stuff, he's the one I can go to, and like I feel like he really listens to me, you know? He's just the person I can have that deep talk to and conversations, really.
How does the Holy Spirit talk to you? How does God talk to you?
So I'm very artistic, and if I look at something, I can see God's work through it. And perfect examples, like in drawings and graffiti and stuff, I basically can see images and signs, and yeah, so it's how I look at it, you know?
Yeah, I genuinely love what God's doing on this weekend and how he's revealing himself to people, and I really can't wait for tonight just to see what he's going to say to people and how people are going to communicate. The no from me. So it's the end of the weekend. We're about to head home in the next few hours. We've got our last sessions, but that's all from me. Hit the subscribe button at the bottom and subscribe to my channel, like it, comment. We'd love to hear from you. If you have anything that you need prayer around, maybe you're struggling with the Holy Spirit, maybe we can have a conversation and it can help you. Yeah, until next week, see you then. This is Croco. What?